So, when I decided I was going to make a channel, my original plan was to use this mask and kind of do like a gimmick thing to try and hook people in. Because I was hoping just to kind of do something different from all the other Yuki YouTubers, but unfortunately, tonight I kind of want to make a video because, well, the friend that I had who was amazing with Yu-Gi-Oh is gone. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He doesn't want to talk anymore. And I'm really sad because I wanted to share this with him and I can't now. So I'm going to share it with you guys. So this is a cool new deck box that I just picked up tonight. It's got the hero theme to it. I know it's not like the most sturdy or anything like that, and I wasn't buying it for that particular reason. I just really liked the artwork on it. And it comes with a really cool insert in there. And I thought for tonight I would show you one of my neat decks. So this is the insert. It looks just like the back. And it has the hero symbol from the top on the other side. And then inside my new deck box, I decided to put for tonight one of my forbidden decks. And I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about what I'm planning to do with my channel. My channel, basically my goal is to share with you guys my card collection, essentially, and hopefully make some friends along the way. So this is going to be my first video, and I just wanted to show you guys a small deck to start things off and get you kind of interested and hopefully maybe make a new friend who cares about this game. Or at least collecting the cards, because that's really what I care about, is collecting the cards and building decks that I know I can't use in tournaments, but are still really cool in regards to their themes and stuff. Alright, so I'll show you the extra deck first. Sorry about being a little too close. The lighting in here kind of sucks too a bit. I gotta work on that. So I'm running an A to Z dragon deck in this one, and I'm combining it with a few other interesting things. But for the most part, it's the ABC set. Now, I am including a couple pyro monsters and a couple ice monsters, so that makes things interesting. I have a couple of scrap things in here too, but the biggest thing that this deck focuses on is the cards that go with this fellow here, Dark Flat Top. I really enjoy this small set that they put together. Dark Strike Fighter I feel kind of goes with that set too, but it's not necessarily specifically that way. It's just the way I feel about it. Anyways, so this deck is actually kind of a mix of two things. It's the ABCs, but it's also the Sky Force cards. So what I mean by that is the Flying Fortress Skyfire, which is the big boss in this deck. And since I'm running him, I'm running, of course, all the pieces that you would need to work with him. I've got the Trap Reactor. There's 3 copies of that, I believe, in there. And the same with the Spell Reactor. And, of course, to finish it off, the Summon Reactor. I really love the reactor monsters. I find that they're a lot of fun to play against people just because back in the older formats at least, you could do a lot of disruptions and stuff. And you'll note that I talk a lot about back in the older formats because that's really kind of what I used to love. And if I ever go back to playing, it would be Edison for sure, or something along those lines. So I'm just going to quickly sort this so I can show you the other cards. I should have done that ahead of time. I wasn't thinking. But I just want to show you some of the key cards in this deck, and then I was going to let you guys go for the night. Something simple just to start off. And like I say, if anybody actually watches this, which would be really nice, but I'm not expecting that to happen, to be honest. But if somebody does and they think it's cool, then I'd be happy to keep doing this for sure. So, in order to sort through this deck and get the cards I want right away as fast as possible, I actually included some interesting things for it to allow me to shuffle a lot. So besides the, of course, pieces that you have, the Y head and the X head and all that, I have some mech bunnies so that I can constantly shuffle my deck and get a new mech bunny out when they get played. I have 3 of those guys. I forgot the third one's over here. And then I also have in this deck a set of 2 of each Fire Hand, Ice Hand, and Thunder Hand, respectively. Fire Hands, Ice Hands. Sorry, just tilt that a little bit for you guys so that you can see these better, hopefully. And Thunder Hands. So that just lets me search the deck a little better too. In terms of spells and traps, I of course have your ABCs there. And some other monsters. For the most part, the monsters are pretty generic from there, except for one other neat little combo set that I have. I don't necessarily have to run this one in here, but it's just fun. Again, I got a Flint card way back when I first started playing, probably in the first 3 or 4 years of playing, and over the years, when they came out with the Flint locks and the Flint missiles, I decided, why not? So, in terms of magic and trap cards, some of the really good key pieces are, we've got Machine Assembly Line, we've got Union Hanger. But what I really like to do is, again, I'm a big fan of disrupting, so I've got a copy of Clockwork Knight and a copy of Stumbling. I also have in here a Soul Charge, so I can get out the pieces of the Skyfire as quickly as possible if need be, or if I want to do the XYZs. I've got a couple of XYZ cards that support as well, that hang Hyper Cannon and Combine. And after that, it's just mostly generic stuff. I've got a Super Poly in here for the ABCs, just in case, or it's for the one Pyro monster that I run that I really enjoy in the extra deck. I can't remember if I showed it slowly enough and gave you guys a chance to see it properly. So I really like playing that guy, and that's pretty much it. Traps wise, I do like Cyber Summon Blaster just because you're special summoning constantly with this deck. But everything else in here is pretty much just Disruption. I've got a Mirror Force, a Ring of Destruction, Bottomless Trap Hole, Heavy Storm Duster. Nothing major. So, and then the only tuner I'm running, ironically, in this deck is Sinister Sprocket. So even though I have, as you saw earlier, about 4 or 5 Synchro monsters in this deck, that's the only tuner I actually choose to run in it because I just really enjoy the way it plays out with the rest of the cards. So thank you for watching this if you did. If you could leave a comment, that would be appreciated. I don't care if you like or subscribe it, but just let me know you watched it. Thanks. Take care.